everything says it's okay now. If I fucking knock a solo one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
Welcome to the most important seat in the train. Before you can start learning how to make the train move, you're going to need to understand what the HUD is telling you. There are 3 types of HUD. The one you're seeing now is the normal HUD. You'll learn that first, and then take a look at the minimal HUD next. There is also a simple HUD, which is essentially a cut-down version of the normal HUD. The HUD is a guide to show you what the train is doing, how you're doing, and what your next objectives are. You can tune what's shown here using the game settings. The main part of the normal HUD is the speed display in the bottom right. Your current speed is indicated by a white bar that will appear on the outside of the speedometer, and there is a red mark that indicates the maximum permitted speed.
You can speed on a train.
This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate the forward, reverse, and neutral directions. A cross, or X, means the reverser is currently either not inserted or in the off position. This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power or throttle control is in. If the display is white, it refers to power. If the display is yellow, it means powered braking or dynamic braking. If the display is red, then the throttle is currently locked out and you will need to take steps to release the lock before power can be applied. You can learn about troubleshooting elsewhere in Training Center. These are the brake indicators. The exact one shown will vary by train and will often be visible in the train itself on the various gauges. These gauges tell you what is happening in the braking system. The most important one is the BC, or brake cylinder. In most trains, when this reads 0, that means the brakes are released. Anything else, and the brakes are applied. In the top right is the track monitor. This shows you the line ahead and allows you to see all the signals and speed limit changes that you're approaching. By default, the track monitor shows the signals with their actual red, yellow, or green aspect. But when you get more confident, you can hide this information via an option in the game settings. As you accelerate, the track monitor will extend its look-ahead distance so you can see much further ahead at higher speeds. This is all done automatically. Now that you're familiar with the normal HUD, it's time to take a look at the minimal HUD. You can change this via the game settings, but for this tutorial the game will change it automatically. You can see that most of the HUD is now gone. You are left with basic information in the top left corner.
It looks exactly the same to me.
The minimal HUD immerses you in the experience of driving the train. Use the train's real gauges as much as possible. In the top left corner, you will see the information about your next objective and some limited information about what the train's doing, such as your current speed, the speed limit, and the gradient. Use the game settings to add and remove information from the minimal HUD. With less information, you'll find driving more challenging, but also more immersive and rewarding. Experienced players might prefer the minimal HUD, especially when driving from the cab view. The normal HUD is ideal for newcomers or anyone who wants to drive from an external camera. You can switch HUDs in game settings. Do you want to start with the normal HUD or minimal HUD? That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the Training Center. In this training module, you're going to learn how to make a train move and then bring it to a stop. For this exercise, you'll be using a British Class 323 electric multiple unit. It's a great train to get started with as the controls are quite straightforward. This module will get you used to the feel of the train and its controls. While many trains have different controls and are operated in different ways, there are basically always 3 controls that are common and are required to move the train. The reverser chooses the direction you're going to move in. It often has 4 positions: off, forward, neutral, and reverse. The brakes are used to slow or stop the train. There are potentially multiple braking systems you can find in different trains, and you can read more about that in other sections of the training center. For now, the Class 323 has a very simple braking system. The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates. In this train, the throttle and brakes are controlled by a combined power and brake handle. Moving the handle in one direction will apply power. The middle position is neutral and does nothing, and then the other range applies the brakes. You will find in some other trains that the throttle and brakes are on separate handles. Before you go any further, set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off. We want to move the train forwards, so set the reverser to the forwards position. Now pull the combined power and brake handle towards you to release the brakes and apply power. In the bottom right and in the center of the speedometer gauge, you can see a little ball. This is the accelerometer and will move up or down to indicate whether you're speeding up or slowing down. Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to the center position. The train will then coast on level ground and only slow down very gradually. When it comes to stopping trains, the specifics of each train can be quite different. However, the basic process is fundamentally the same. Bring this train to a complete stop. The amount of braking you will need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill and how heavy your train is. Knowing the right amount to apply will come with practice and experience. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center. In this training module, you'll be learning basic passenger operations in this Class 323 electric multiple unit. This part of the training center is the Metro Loop. It is used primarily for driver training for passenger trains that are generally shorter or might stop more frequently in normal operating practice. It consists of 2 platforms. In this module, we'll be doing a complete circuit and practicing stopping at both stations. When you're ready, open the door and climb aboard the train. Always remember to close the driver's door once you get in the cab. To unlock the control desk, insert the master key and activate it. Turn the coach lighting on so that passengers aren't boarding a dark train. To allow passengers to board the train, you will need to open the correct doors. In order to use the buttons in the cab, you must first insert and then turn the door key to the on position. As the platform is on your left, press the open doors left button. The weather has turned quite bad, so you'll need to turn the wipers on.
I don't get to decide how fast I want the wipers.
The cab light is currently on. Make sure to turn it off. It's useful to find your way around in the cab, but can make it hard to see out of the window, so you should always turn it off before you start moving. Headlights in the UK are used to allow others to see the train rather than being of great use to the driver seeing out. Set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off.
So, a sensitivity setting. There's not a medium.
While the passenger doors are open and the loading objective completes, you'll notice the bar in the top left slowly rising. Once it reaches the top, the objective will complete and it will be time to close the doors. Now the passengers have boarded the train, close and lock the doors using the close left doors button.
Where did my crosshair go? Oh, I accidentally turned my HUD off. That's what happened.
Set the reverser to forward. Apply some power to get moving. You're approaching the next station. Use the power brake handle to apply power so that you come to a gentle stop at the indicated marker on the platform. This platform is on the right, so you'll need to use the open
I
right doors
didn't
button
make
to
that
unlock and
spot.
open the
It's
doors this
barely
time.
there.
Once again, observe the objective indicator on the HUD to tell you when it is completed. Use the doors close right button to close and lock the doors. Drive the train to the next platform without any further guidance and see how you get on.
Oh boy. know my left from my right, friends. You can't do this to me.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Oh boy.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the various camera controls and how to get the best views. You can drive from in the cab or an exterior camera. Exterior views are particularly useful for coupling and uncoupling. Currently, you're in the cab of this Class 323 EMU with the same view a real driver would have. Before experimenting with camera views, set the train up correctly as if ready for departure.
I'll set the cab lights to off. Oops.
We will now explore the camera controls. When using a controller, you simply use the same control again to toggle back into the cab. Do that now.
What is this? Me sticking my head out the window? Oh, I found the horn.
Now that you're used to interior and exterior, switch back to the exterior view again to learn more about it.
Oh.
From the exterior, you can move the camera around.
There he is.
Use the controls indicated to move and turn the camera. Spend a minute just practicing moving and turning the camera.
I'm free. I'm leaving.
You can zoom in and out using the indicated control. Try it now.
I already figured it out, guy. I'll hold down. Ooh.
While in an external camera, you can also interact with some elements such as junctions. You'll be learning about junctions properly in a different training module, but for now, fly over to the indicated junction and change it by interacting with it using the controls indicated. There's a lot more to learn about cameras, including numerous other camera modes. You can find out more in other areas of the training center. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I don't know why none of the other controls are inverted, but that camera control is out there. More? There's more to it? How long is this training module?
In this module, you'll combine everything you learned from the moving a train, passenger operations, and camera controls modules, but from outside the train. Now you'll have the freedom to enjoy external cameras while driving the train. Before you go any further, get the lighting all set up correctly.
I just got a notification that was like, my live is restricted because it contains unoriginal content. I'm like, it's a game about trains. Like, I'm playing a game. I don't really know what that means. Does World of Trains have some sort of weird copyright rule I'm not aware of?
In most trains, you'll find functions such as the master key are linked. If you find a train where the master key does not set automatically on the controller, pop back into the cab to do it and then switch back to the exterior view again. Next, use the indicated control to set the reverser to forwards. Just as with other modules, you're currently sitting in a Class 323 multiple unit. You must now switch to the exterior camera. If you need a reminder on how to do this, head over to the camera controls module first and have a quick refresher. Aside from the magnificent views, exterior camera views can make it easier to complete tasks such as coupling, checking your lights, and changing junctions. Only a small number of the most common functions are usable for an exterior camera. If you find you need to do something that isn't available, simply switch to the internal camera to do it, and then switch back. Finally, use the indicated controls to apply some power. One will apply.
Telling me to turn on the driver safety assist, but it didn't tell me what button that was in the train, so... Windmills. Look at our little train. Look at my guy just sitting there. Might need to turn off the motion blur. For the likes. Okay. did it. I moved the camera game. I have to turn off the motion blur. I don't know if it's actually gonna help because, you know. I don't know. I don't know what's worse. I think the motion blur's worse. I moved the camera.
Now that you've moved down the track, it's time to bring the train to a stop. Use the controls indicator.
We did it.
Try restarting this tutorial and running it a few times until you're comfortable with driving from the outside, including moving the camera around.
I know how to move the camera,
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I got it.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to shut down a cab and change ends of the train so that you can drive in the other direction. You'll bring this unit back to central square sidings. You'll need to change ends a couple of times.
We're getting complex.
Don't worry about how the train is going to get there though. All the paths are going to be set for you. You just need to change ends and then drive when you're given instruction to do so. Get started by setting this cab up for operation. Activate the master key first to unlock the control desk. Set the headlights for daytime operation and ensure the set the reverser to... The first move brings the train forwards to the junction around the corner from here, and you'll be stopping once the rear of the train has cleared it. Apply some power and drive forward a bit so that we can prove that this cab is working and the train moves as expected.
Game train no go. Okay. I don't know why it took the train so long to start up. Why are we going so slow? Are we not going very far? I think that's the junction up there, that red thing. Oh, the red thing was a person. And he's orange, not red.
That's fire. Now that the train has stopped, you need to shut this cab down. Turn off the headlights and ensure the tail lights are on. Set the reverser to off. Remove the master key.
Okay.
This cab is now shut down. Walk over to the other end of the train, ensuring to close any doors behind you.
Wow.
Sit in the driver's seat.
I'm not there yet. Put your panties back on. I went in the inside instead of the outside. Okay.
Follow the steps indicated to activate this cab, repeating the procedure that you did when you set up the previous cab. Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and blocked all the junctions for us. You're good to go. Apply some power and get moving.
He didn't do anything.
Your next destination is going to take you to the left and into the switch lines west of the training center.
Maybe I just missed it. Maybe he did do something. We're going. Oh. Ha, I'm speeding.
Follow the steps indicated to deactivate this cab.
I totally missed my stop. I knew. Don't be mean to me.
Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and locked all the junctions for us. You're good to go. Apply some power and get moving. Your final destination is going to take you to the central square sidings right next to the main building.
It's hard for me not to hold the button, and then I end up either going too fast or not fast enough. I also keep mixing up what button is speed and what button is brake. Because they're both the same side trigger, I just keep hitting the wrong one.
Before you finish, take a moment to review. When changing cabs on almost any train, there are some common things to double check before you depart the cab you're finished with. What position have you left the throttle and brake controls in? What position is the reverser in? Are the headlights and taillights set up correctly for what will become the rear of the train? Are all doors closed? Once you get used to each train you operate, you'll quickly begin to remember what each one needs and get used to the elements that are common between different trains. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
You don't have to say that every time. Getting tired of the tutorial. It's really long. I've been streaming for... I don't know. It doesn't actually say. Hang on.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the live 2D map and how it can help you understand where you are, where your objective is, and how you can change the path of the train to get to the right place. Under normal circumstances, the driver has little, if anything, to do with where a train is going. It's all handled centrally by a signaling center or dispatcher.
Almost an hour.
Within yards and depots,
tutorial.
however, you will find that these are often managed by the crew of the train directly. That means you. You can tell whether a junction is manual or automatic by looking at it. If it has no big lever, then it's automatic and you can't influence it. If it does, then interacting with that lever will change the junction. For this module, you'll take this class 323 from the siding here next to the main loops and set all the junctions yourself to direct the train to the switch lines, and then change ends and repeat the process to bring the train into the depot. Your destination has been set over in the switch lines on the far west of the training center. Use the map to follow the path from the train to the destination and change all the junctions you need to get there. If you make a mistake and go the wrong way, you can go back and try to correct it. If you're not ready for that, just restart the module and try again.
Bro. I'm gonna fuck this up. You told me to stop the train.
You've made it to the first destination. Go ahead and change ends in the train and you can try one more time for practice.
I didn't actually have to switch any of those junctions, so I didn't learn anything. I didn't do anything to...
Once again, use the map to adjust the junctions between your train and the destination. Where the black lines on the 2D map aren't aligned with the blue path, change the junction. When you're ready, get moving.
What black lines? What are you fucking talking about? They're red. I don't understand. Oh. Haha. Why can't I just change him from here? Can I? Also, there's multiple blue on this map. I don't really understand what he's saying, so we're just gonna go. Again, this didn't teach me anything because I didn't actually have to change anything.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Alright, I'm sick of this tutorial. I know there's probably like... I can't skip it now because I chose to do it. We're frozen. I just wanted to play a train game. Yeah, there's 17 training routes. This game does not work well. Which is really unfortunate.
In this training module, you will be taken through the operation of a DB-BR411I CET, Electrical Multiple Unit. ICE stands for Intercity Express. The T in ICET stands for the German word Triebwagen, meaning multiple unit. Set the reverser to forward. This controls the direction of travel. Set the headlights to indicate that this train is operational. The ICET is equipped with GNT to facilitate a smoother ride and higher speeds. Enable the GNT now.
Where is it?
GNT allows trains to tilt, enabling them to drive at up to 30% faster than the signed speed limits. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding. The ICET is the only German high-speed train in service that has tilting technology. This means that it leans into curves, similar to a motorcycle, so that passenger comfort isn't as affected by G-force. Close the doors before departure. The BR411 was built in 2 production runs, one in 2000 and one in 2004. They have been across all of Germany, as well as on services to Vienna, Austria. Move the throttle into the power range to get
Notbremsung.
Why aren't we going?
Notbremsung.
I don't know what it's
Notbremsung.
saying. I don't speak German.
Notbremsung. 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 Notbremsung.
With a top speed of 230 kilometers an hour, it is the slowest of all ICE trains currently in service. This, however, is rarely a problem, as it is mainly used on routes with many curves and lower speeds. On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin over-speeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range. You are approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range.
Notbremsung.
Nice job. The train has safely...
Türen geöffnet.
Good work. That concludes all of the basics of operating this train.
You know, I thought I'd have more fun with this because I really like trains, but I'm kind of bored. Kind of bored. Train. Hmm. Well, let's see if there's something else we want to play, huh? Well, and, like, the game itself is fine. I think it's mostly just the atmosphere is a little boring. Like, yeah, you can, like, pop outside the train to, like, look around, and that's cool, but you can't, like, there's no music, really, and it's not, um, like, it's a lot of just people talking to you. There's no adventure or, like, story, really. I mean, you're driving a train, which is good. But, like, you know, I don't know, like, conductors get out and they, like, load the passengers on, or, like, greet the passengers, and, like, I don't know, there just could have been more to it. And maybe there is on different levels, but I don't really want to slog through the other ones to get there, you know? No, and the only difference for the trains is, like, the controls. And, I mean, that, like, makes sense, but it's like, I don't know. It's very much like, here's a train, drive it. And I'm like, cool. What else? And it's like, that's it. And I'm like, alright. Which I like games like that sometimes. Like, I like Power Wash Simulator because it's like, here's a mess, clean it. But there's also more to that, right? So there's, like, you know, like text messages you get from the, like, places you're cleaning and things like that. Like, most simulator games have more to them than just, like, here's a train, drive it. Right? Well, and like short of speeding, there's not, and like going the wrong direction, there's not really a way to like fuck it up, you know? Like, I'm not saying I want to crash the train, but I feel like it should be a possibility. Like you should be able to like knock the train over or like hit a car or something. And like I said, you might be able to in like later levels. But getting through those beginning level, like the tutorial itself, I wasn't even halfway done with it, and it had taken me an hour. And I'm like, okay. Like, either simplify your game a little bit, or, like, I don't know, make it more exciting at the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and, like, just hit the same 2 buttons over and over while some fucking person is just like, stop the train, start the train. And that's the thing too, is like all of them are like she's telling me facts about the train, and I'm like, that's really cool, except she's like, this train runs in Germany and Austria, and I'm like, okay, now I don't care, because this feels like school. And I don't know, just not as exciting as I thought it would be. I don't want to wait 11 minutes for this, man. Maybe I'm just impatient today. Maybe that's the problem. I don't really have anything, like, installed already. Also, I'm a little annoyed that TikTok has restricted my live for no reason. I wonder if they've emailed me about it. Nope. I wonder why they did that. I didn't do anything. I might need to restart my live because the TikTok flagged that game for some reason as unoriginal. I don't know why. Because it hates me, I guess. Come on. I don't have 8 minutes. You're wasting my time. I need to update OBS. Okay. Maybe I'm just gonna call it, because this is not it, fam. I don't know. I usually stream longer than this, but I don't know what to do now, because I kind of banked on that train game being entertaining, and I didn't download anything else. I mean, this only has 5 minutes left, but... What's happening now? What is going on today? You guys can't even fucking see me. I didn't know that. Why is it paused? Oh, you can't see me. Why are we paused? game's almost done installing. And then we will try it for a little bit, and if it's also boring, then I will give up for the day. I'm really bummed out that that train game was boring. I mean, like, why? It's trains. How can you make trains boring? I could have, like, had to work on it, like, looked at the engine. There's so many things they could have added to, like, make it better, you know? See? Like, this has music. Goofy. 10 out of 10. Alright. The Hot Bog Beef Construction Company. Let's go. Everything's pissing me off. There's no reason for that. I don't need to be mad, but I am. One Horse Town. One summer morning, you wake up in your small... Stop moving! You wake up in your small hometown. In the distance, rooftops of a sweltering city flash in the light of the sun. You vigorously forge plans for leaving this sleepy place as quickly as possible, but there's no escape without money or wheels. Then out of the blue, an old acquaintance gets in touch. It's Hape, the owner of a small local construction company. He may look tough on the outside, but his heart's in the right place, and his guidance helps you quickly break into the building industry. It's time to set off for adventures in the world of the self-employed. Welcome to the opening campaign. You'll learn about the different types of vehicles, game functions, and basic gameplay. In addition, it contains a prologue to the story of the main game. You can skip the opening campaign via the job menu. I don't want to skip it. Follow the markers and speak with Hape. Can I run? run and jump.
Ah, good to see you again. Your active help is most welcome. I'm having a tough time keeping up with all the work. Do you know how many people around here are frustrated and thinking of moving away? If things keep going like that, this place could become a ghost town. To make matters worse, the water supply broke down this morning. It seems there's a crack in the pipeline. So if you want to help give people here another chance, let's fix the water line first. Get in your tractor and go to the local building supply store.
I have a tractor
You'll
now?
find a new pipe section there, ready for pickup. Just follow the navigation to get there. In the meantime, I'll head to the pipeline and take a closer look at the damage.
You're my friend? You look like my grandpa. Are you sure you're not like the guy who raised me? I think I need to turn the look sensitivity down a bit. I didn't mean to save. This isn't a tractor, by the way. That's fine. Driving is weirdly pretty smooth so far. Hopefully that straightens itself out. The game's like good enough. Hello, Renee. Goodbye, Renee. like that I can't move the camera. Fuck, I didn't mean to leave it. Using a crane. This is not easy. know why it's not rotating. Oh, it had to be further up.